I told Democrats that they should have did the same thing that you're doing to them. They should have stopped signing on a long time ago when Sarah was following us with the George Floyd matter. They should have shut it down a long time ago when we were looking to expand the Supreme Court.
Every single time.
Hey, what's up, Patriots? It's your boy Dronetek here to expose another glaring example of Democrat media hypocrisy. If you're new, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and don't forget that notification bell. Otherwise, YouTube will probably never tell you about my new content. We're at 150,000 subs and climbing because we call it as it is.
Welcome to real life.
Today, we're driving straight into this gem from CNN NewsNight like Ace Ventura parking a car.
Nonsense, poopy pants!
We've got this racist black female podcaster whose name I'm not even going to try and pronounce, going toe-to-toe with Republican Congressman Mike Lawler, and it does not go well for her. So bad, in fact, that she just drops all pretenses and admits that she likes the Democrat Party using government shutdowns as a weapon of leverage. Buckle up, because it is peak hypocrisy with a side of historical amnesia. Let's roll the clip and then bring out the receipts.
And I just want to speak for those who are really being affected. We say the numbers, Sarah, 22 million, but I want to speak on behalf of Clifford Johnson in LA, who is disabled. He is paralyzed, and you know what he does for a living? Drive Uber with sticks. So this is somebody who does everything that they possibly can with no legs to still work, to still contribute to society, who's getting screwed on the Medicaid side, and also now being screwed on the food stamp side. So no matter what he does, this particular administration that is in charge now is screwing him either way. There is this stereotype that those who are on SNAP and those who are on these benefits are people who are lazy, people who are not contributing. So that $100, $150 that he gets every month may not make a difference to those who are sitting at the tables in Congress, but it absolutely makes a difference to him. So what would you say to him, to the Republicans who are holding Medicaid hostage and for food stamps? Should he now say, well, now I can't get my diabetes, all of the complications with being paralyzed, or starve? What would you say to him? What should his choice be?
Well, Republicans are not holding Medicaid hostage, number one. Number two, we protected Medicaid for those who are disabled to make sure that they are not losing benefits to those that are here illegally, taking benefits away from the very people who rely on this program, number one. Number two, again, we passed, Republicans in the House, passed a clean CR to fund SNAP, to fund WIC over a month ago. Democrats in the Senate have voted 14 times to keep the government shut down, to not fund WIC, to not fund SNAP. So this is not a function of Republicans playing politics. I don't care who the president is or what party is in power. I have voted every single time to keep the government funded and open. During Joe Biden's presidency, I voted 8 times to keep the government funded. Kevin McCarthy lost his job as Speaker of the House in large measure because he put a clean CR on the floor. It's time for Chuck Schumer to do the right thing, stop playing politics, stop kowtowing to Bernie Sanders and AOC and Zohran Mamdani, and vote to pass a clean CR as he did every time until this year. Well, every time in his career for 50 years.
Can I just say? Let me just say this. I'm sorry. The people that I represent can't afford a plane ticket. So waiting in line for a delayed plane is not going to get them pissed. What's getting the people that I know who are upset are the people that are literally not being able to eat.
We have another.
Okay, pause right here, because this is just her first attempt at deception that falls flat on its face. She talks about the fact that her people are poor and don't fly planes, and that this is all just about SNAP benefits. And then she tries to blame the Republicans for this shutdown, which I'm telling you, they always do. But wait, it's very clear that the Democrats can end all of this at any moment, but are choosing not to do so because it is literally the only leverage they have.
To say that you're not holding Medicaid hostage when you know that Democrats are trying to negotiate to get health care back on the table.
That's the Affordable Care Act subsidy,
right,
which is a totally different
issue. But you know Democrats don't have leverage, so let's stop playing games. This is their only leverage that they have.
They've said this is the only leverage they have, which is why they shut the government.
That's exactly it.
Where's the deal maker?
So where's the deal maker?
Come in and make a deal.
So
we've never allowed policy, and this is Chuck Schumer saying this. This is Hakeem Jeffries saying this. This is Nancy Pelosi saying this. We've never allowed policy to be extracted at the barrel of a gun by using a shutdown to hold the American people hostage. There's a very simple way to address all these issues. And by the way, I'm a lead co-sponsor on a bill to extend the ACA subsidy by a year. I went and asked Hakeem Jeffries 3 weeks ago, sign on to the bill. If this is what you're saying is the issue, let's get it done, sign on to the bill and join me. He said no, because it really was never about that. So if we want to address health care in America, let's do it. But you don't do it in a shutdown.
There's some say, because you keep saying over and over, there's never, they've always signed on. Let me be clear. I'm an independent. I'm not a Democrat. I told Democrats they should have did the same thing that you're doing to them. They should have shut it all down, broke it all down. So I appreciate the or else, that Republicans are doing, if that is the agenda that you're pushing. So I just want to be clear about that. When you say they've always signed on, they should have stopped signing on a long time ago when Sarah was following us with the George Floyd matter. They should have shut it down a long time ago when we were looking to expand the Supreme Court. So I am all for, pushing the agenda and using what you can as leverage. And Republicans do that best. So now be confused why Democrats are doing that is confusing to me.
In my conference last Congress that wanted to shut the government down over Joe Biden's open border policy. I and others said no, not because I disagreed with them on the substance of the issue, but because shutting down the government is not going to solve the problem. And in fact, what it's doing, the very people that you're talking about that are not going to get food assistance, that's what it does. It creates this tit-for-tat game where each side uses the American people as a hostage in a ridiculous negotiation. We can easily pass the clean CR, open the government up, pass an ACA subsidy extension. I don't want to see people's health care premiums go up. But the fact is that this subsidy, by the way, the Democrats passed to expire at the end of this year. If they could have done a permanent extension while Joe Biden was president, they would have done that. But your
argument is, let's just pass it and let's negotiate later. And that reminds me of sometime when men say, don't worry about it, I'll just call you in the morning. So I've heard it all before. I've cheated on you 655 times. But this one time, you know what I'm talking about. But this one time, it's going to be all better. So in the words of Sunshine Anderson as an R&B singer, I've heard it all before. So to say, let's just pass it and don't worry about it, that's not how it works.
Well, then you will see this happen every single time. If people want to use a government shutdown, you will see this happen in perpetuity every year, September 30th. One group is going to hold it, and it's not good.
Yeah, exactly like I've been saying, that if the Republicans just adopt all the things that Democrats do, we're essentially going to be at civil war. Also, maybe it's just the style. I don't know. I'm getting old. But what is it with all the black women on CNN and gigantic, thick, black-rimmed glasses? They all have them, and it seems like they think the bigger and thicker they are, the smarter they appear. Let me know what you think in the comments. All right, folks, if you are sick of this nonsense, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with everyone you know so that everybody can be better informed.